Alright, so episode 8 of Jujutsu Kaisen, at least in my opinion, everybody, was actually really boring, okay? So basically what goes down is, um, two 30-year students from the, uh, opposing school that, Jujutsu Tech is about to have their big tournament against. Mai and Todo basically show up to size up and test out Fushiguro and Nabara. And and Todo it has a weird question for Fushiguro, and that is basically what's his favorite, what's Fushigoro's favorite type of women, and Todo says, and yes guys, I actually am pretty sure I'm pronouncing this name right. Anyway, Todo says, depending on your answer, de- de- depends on how bad I kick your ass. And Todo says his favorite type of girls are tall girls with big asses. And then Fushiguro not really knowing how to handle the situation, thinks back to his one friend or sister or a girl that we've seen in a previous episode, and says, I, I I have no type preference as long as she has a unshakable character. That's all I can ask of her. And then Todo basically says, "Oh, gee, I, I I gave you a chance not to bore me, and basically you trembled all over it. Well, 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 since this isn't even the competition between our schools yet, even though you still bore me, I'm only going to beat you half to death." And then and I gotta say, guys, Dodo is basically like the opposing school's strongest student, because Fushiguro even recognizes Todo from a terror attack that happened at the opposing school, that Todo basically dealt with all on his own, what what without even having to use cursed energy techniques. And then Todo says he only uses those for special grade. And if it wasn't for the helping Panda and that other second year guy that can only speak in rice bowl puns, that can only speak in food words, Fushiguro would have been toast. And then the other third year from the opposing school, Mai, and no, I am not referring to Mai from Dragon Ball, okay? She 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 basically chokeholds Nabara, and basically almost shoots her in the stomach, and then Nabaria basically gets bailed out by Maki, the 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 third second year from Jujutsu Tech that we got introduced to a couple of episodes ago, and really what saves them both is Todo realizes that 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 he's late for an chance to get an autograph from his favorite TV actress or something, and he basically tells Mai to get off of Nabaria and leaves before Mai can really put 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 do damage to Nabaria, and and then Nabaria basically tries to thank Maki, and then Maki basically reveals that yes, it's true that she can't actually use cursed energy at all. That's why she has to use cursed tools, because they already have the energy infused into them. In fact, even without those special glasses that she wears, she can't even see curses at all. But she tells Kurosaki, and that's Nabaria's first name, by the way, that 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 the whole reason she wanted to become a jujutsu sorcerer is to prove everybody else, including her family, wrong, that she could still do this. And then we cut to Gojo basically having a meeting with the opposing school's principal, Kawaki-chan, or something like that. I'm just gonna call him Principal G, who 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 is actually there to discuss the terms of the competition between their two schools with Principal Yaga, but thanks to some threads by that Gojo Sensei made to his assistant Principal Yaga is actually going to be 2 hours late because Gojo had him be given a false schedule, and Gojo basically tells Principal G to basically watch out, because the gap between their two schools, especially now that Yuji and Sukuna are back in the game, it is getting smaller, so he better be careful. And then it turns out that Principal G's assistant has actually the biggest crush on Gojo that you could ever have. And then the episode ends with Mahato basically coming into contact with this kid that we don't know the name of, and he's basically been responsible 1 month after the events of today's episode in September happened. Uh, uh, basically killing 3 high school boys after they've seen a certain movie, and the episode ends with Yuji going into the theater to see that exact same movie. But I'm going to be honest, guys, like I said, I really didn't get the purpose of this episode at all. I I I think the purpose was just to give us more of an introduction into Todo and Mai, and to basically see that uh, m- 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 met met um met met the person whose name starts with an M that I just mentioned, Mojito is very dangerous, and Jogo and Hanami are basically ants compared to him, and that Gojo, that Yuji and Gojo, Kurosaki and Fushiguro are going to have to be very careful.